No. Welcome. Finally. I've only put this off for about, I don't know, 6 months because procrastination. But finally, welcome to my YouTube channel, my first video. And doing my first video, I have some notes here, so if you catch me looking at my phone, I'm not doing anything weird. I want to make sure I don't forget anything and that I don't ramble too much. But welcome. For those of you that came over from Instagram, I'm sure you're already familiar with who I am. My real name is Kiana. Most people call me Ki or Kiki. My family calls me Keeks. Whatever floats your boat. But my Instagram handle is the Key to Fitness. So that's where the whole key comes in. My name's Kiana. So, welcome. So my first video, I figured I would kind of just introduce myself and talk about how I got started on my fitness journey. So for me personally, it has been a few years. I started in November of 2014. So just to do a little bit of background, I have been an athlete my entire life. I played basketball throughout junior high school and high school. And then I kind of did track just to stay in shape for basketball, but I wound up actually being very good at track. And I went to a Division I school here in New Jersey called Monmouth University, and I was a thrower there. So as far as working out, I've done that my whole life. I learned how to weight lift in college. We used to lift super heavy, so I know I get that question all the time. How did I learn to work out? Did I ever have a personal trainer, etc.? I learned how to lift in high school a little bit, but mostly in college, so to answer that question. But I go on to say that I don't really consider that part of my life my fitness journey. So although I worked out, I ate horrendously. I only really ate fast food, just processed food, used to drink a lot of juice, a lot of soda. So I was basically, all that working out I was doing, I was just eating it back in horrible foods. Well, eating it back like 2 times over because I wasn't losing weight or anything. I was just kind of staying the same size throughout high school. College was a different story. I weighed in at 210 pounds my freshman year, which was the largest I had ever been. I guess I gained some weight throughout the summer, just frolicking around. So I started at 210 pounds, and then at my final weigh-in my senior year, I was about 260 pounds. So that was scary for me. But throughout college, I kind of just kept telling myself that I was just gaining muscle, not to be concerned, but that wasn't it. That wasn't it, fam. What I was doing anyway is, as intense as our workouts were, I was eating absolutely horrible. I mean, most college students do, right? So we would work out, and then we had a dining hall for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's like the food was just too good to pass up. I'm not gonna eat healthy and have a salad when there's pizza and burgers and fries over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was my issue. I mean, for breakfast every morning, I was just, you know, having pancakes or whatever was there, waffles, which wasn't too bad, but the other meals is what kind of caused me to gain a lot of weight. So I would go to the dining hall with my girls and we would eat burgers, fries, chicken tenders. I'll have those as well. There was always pizza, and they had ice cream, and we would drink soda and Powerade, and that's what we did. So and then not even to mention the nightlife. The nightlife is where probably just consuming hundreds if not thousands of calories in drinks and alcohol with the sodas and the juice, and then eating afterwards because college. I gained a lot of weight. So, and that's proof that you can't outwork a bad diet. Even as intense as we worked out as D1 athletes, we couldn't outwork that horrible diet that I was eating, which is why I gained almost 50 plus pounds in college. So that's kind of just my background. So post college, I had to get used to not having a schedule. So my last practice, that was the last time I worked out. Nobody was telling me what to do, what time to show up at the track. what time to show up to the lifts, like nothing. I graduated and I stopped working out. But the issue was I continued to eat poorly. I continued to eat fast food every single day and processed foods. So that obviously wasn't working out. So from when I graduated to about the fall time, I gained another like 15 pounds. I was 270 something pounds at my largest. So that number was scary for me. I did not realize how much I was gaining, because sometimes you don't realize, just looking at yourself every single day, that you're putting on weight. So yes, I was 272 pounds at the beginning of my weight loss journey, or my fitness journey, should I say. So I started in November of 2014. So aside from the number on the scale, what got me started is the fact that I just felt horrible. I was tired all the time. Like any given moment in the day, I can just close my eyelids and take a nap. That's how sluggish and tired I felt all the time. I was having trouble just breathing. I would just be sitting down and I'd be like, not good. Heaven forbid I had to cross the street because somebody was letting me over. You know, you do that fake jog and it's like getting across. I'd be like, so it just wasn't looking good for me. I knew that, forget how I was looking on the outside, inside as well, I felt horrible. So I knew I had to do something. The last straw was when I went to go buy a new pair of work pants, and typically beforehand I was usually like a size 16. That was my size. So being that I gained a few pounds, I got a size 18. I thought they would fit, so I got them home and I couldn't even get them over my kneecaps. So I was like, oh, we're a little large. Got a little large, girl. So yeah, that was that. All of that was happening made me realize that I had to make a change, because even like looking in the mirror, I wasn't so like, oh my gosh, whoa, you're huge, or anything like that. It's just how I felt on the inside, and my concerns for my health down the road was just very alarming to me. There are so many chronic diseases linked to obesity and being overweight. It's insane. So it just scared me that 10 years, if I kept eating this way, I would probably continuously gain weight. My health would continue to deteriorate. So that really just scared me, and I couldn't continue like that. You owe it to yourself, right? Like, you get one body, you get one life, treat it right. So that was the beginning of my journey. Those are the things that kind of triggered me to say, okay, we need to make some changes, girl. Let's start this. So with that being said, what I did is I just started to do research, the World Wide Web. Okay, so I just started reading articles. YouTube was a huge help. There are so many like nutritionists, dietitians, personal trainers right on YouTube that have an online business that were just giving out information. And all of them had the underlying message, you know, after I did all of my research. Basically, I was eating garbage. I was not eating any real food whatsoever. I was consuming thousands of calories every single day, and that explained why I was gaining weight so rapidly. At the time, I was working an office job, so that makes it worse. I just wasn't moving and I was eating horrible foods. So just to clue you guys in on what my diet would look like, I would eat, on the way to work, I would stop and get, I would stop at McDonald's and get what was my favorite at the time, a 2 for $3 sausage McGriddle. I ate both because we chunky around here. I can eat. So I would eat both, and I would also get a large iced coffee, which probably had tons of sugar. So right off the bat, let me calculate that. Sausage McGriddle. How do I spell McGriddle? So right off the bat, one sausage McGriddle has 400 and something calories. I was eating 2 of those, and then my iced coffee with all the sugar that was in it, I'm already probably eating over 1,000 calories just for breakfast. And it was like all of that I was consuming was just garbage. Like there was no nutritional value in that at all. So that was my typical breakfast. For lunch, I would usually have like something I can pop in the microwave, a TV dinner, a Hot Pocket, something that was quick and easy, a cup of ramen noodle soup. For snacks, I'd be having chips or little cakes. And for dinner, it was the same thing. If I didn't stop at McDonald's and get a quarter pounder with cheese and a large fry and a soda, I was going home and making ramen noodles or making a pizza in the oven. But you guys get the picture. I was consuming no real food whatsoever. I was eating complete garbage. I wasn't getting any nutrients, which would explain why I was just sluggish and tired all the time. I wasn't fueling my body with the proper foods. So that's the biggest thing that I learned, and that was the underlying message in most of the research that I did on the internet. So I got started. What was helpful as well is that at that same time, my job at the time was doing a weight loss competition called The Biggest Loser. So I was like, perfect, that's starting next week. I'm starting my journey. I'm kicking it off with that competition. So that week I started to meal prep. I cut all of the processed foods out of my diet. I started meal prepping my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. I cut out all of the processed or the over-processed sugary foods, and I was just eating whole foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like vegetables. I wasn't consuming any vegetables before. That's what I did. So I meal prepped all throughout the week. I started to track my macros. I taught myself how to do that as well. MyFitnessPal is what I use, and I still do to this day, and I swear by it. It told me how many calories I should be eating, protein, carbs, and fats. So that's what I followed. I signed up for my first gym membership at Retro Fitness, which was fun. And I started working out again 5 days a week. I really just did cardio and some circuit style training. And I ate my meal preps. I started to drink nothing but water and tea, maybe coffee as well here and there. And that is what I did. That's how I started my journey. So I wound up winning the Biggest Loser competition. I won a couple $100. I think it was like $600 from work, and I won. And I couldn't believe it, because we've all started our diets before, right? And in the past, before I actually started, I would do it for a day or two and be like, oh, sis, that's enough. Give me the zebra cakes now. I need it. I couldn't believe it. I stuck it through. So throughout the competition, I started out losing 1 to 3 pounds a week. The highest I think was 4 or 5 pounds a week. And I won with losing 32 pounds in 12 weeks, just by sticking with it and being consistent. So that was the key for me. No pun intended. But that's what I did. So many people were asking me like, oh, so what are you doing? Is it a pill? Is it tea? Tell me. I need to know. I'm like, no, I cleaned up my diet and I'm exercising. Like, there's no secret. Like, I think that's what people get caught up on too. They're looking for this quick fix on how to lose weight fast. It's not fast. If you stick with it and you're consistent and you consume what you're supposed to consume, you will start to see the results. So that's what worked for me. I lost those 32 pounds in 12 weeks, and then I didn't stop there. That wasn't an answer for me. I feel like I changed my life, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So I continued to meal prep. I slowed down a little bit with being so extreme and strict with my food. Throughout the competition, I would have a cheat meal, but it really wasn't a cheat. I would have like 1 slice of pizza, which is not really a cheat meal, please. So I let myself have a little more treats since I was no longer in the competition. But I still, after the competition, lost another 30-something pounds, which brought me to the total of 60-something. And I lost that sometime in the summer. So overall, how many months was that? November, December, January, February. I would say about 8 months, 8-9 months, I lost 60-something pounds. After that, things changed. I started working another job, a second job, to my full-time job, just to start making some extra money, and I gained a lot of weight back. My first job, I was working I think 7 to 5:30, and then I would shoot over to the mall where my second job was and work 6 to 10, sometimes 11 during the holidays. And I wasn't going to the gym, basically was what I'm trying to say. That's a very long day, and I was doing that several days throughout the week. So the last thing I'm gonna do when I have time off is go to the gym. So I kind of fell off, and then on top of that, working at a mall. I don't know you, I don't know y'all, but I'm not gonna walk past Auntie Annie's like, you don't smell those pretzels. I need those pretzel sticks, please give me the nuggets. I can't walk by Popeyes and not get a biscuit, maybe two. So working in the mall was very hard because I obviously wasn't bringing food there, so I was eating whatever I can get my hands on at the mall. And I gained, within that year I was there, I gained about 30 to 40 pounds back, which was disappointing, but that's life. I mean, people think that this journey is like this straight line of progress. Like, no, it looks like this, like for real, like period. So that second year I gained a lot of weight back. Then at my full-time job I got a promotion, so I wound up quitting that second job and just going to my first job full-time again. And then I got back on track a little better, back to going to the gym and doing my meals. But even still, that next year or two, my weight was still fluctuating, and I was trying to find my way back into the gym. So I was going up and down, up and down. I also got into funks with going to the gym. Like sometimes I just would go in and not know what to do, or just being tired of what I was doing over and over. So I did a few online challenges and, you know, just got back into the swing of things. But my weight has fluctuated, usually between 10 to 20 pounds. The smallest that I've been is 206 pounds. I think right now, I try not to weigh myself because the scale is just disrespectful. I'm out here working hard, and it's not telling me that I am, and it's a liar. So I try not to step on it, but I believe I'm about 210 pounds. So, oh yeah. So 206 pounds has been my smallest, and I've gotten up to, you know, especially through the holidays, 220. But that's the thing about a fitness journey. Like I said, you're here with it. There's no like this steady progression to being perfect all the time. You're not. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like during the holidays, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm not going to go to Thanksgiving to see my family and be tracking my macros. I'm going to eat my mac and cheese, and I'm going to eat my sweet potatoes. Thank you. So, and that's what life is. Like, that's what happens in between your workout sessions. Like, you don't want to become so consumed with working out and being perfect with every single thing. That's how you go crazy, honestly. Enjoy the process, just take it one day at a time. So I don't regret anything that I've done in my journey. I'm happy with where I am now. This past year has probably been the most consistent that I've been with the gym so far. I'm happy, period. But that's it. That brings us to today. We out here on YouTube, my first video. So YouTube, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see down in the comments. Ask me your questions. I'm here. And I think that's all I got for you today. I got to come up with like a closing, a fancy little closing situation, tagline or something. I don't have it for you today, but I will in my next video, promise. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.